Hi everyone, welcome to the session. We are a bit late already, so let's get started right away.
Can you hear me? Oh, okay, great. So, have you ever sat down to create a questionnaire and find yourself spending hours on an unnecessary and time-consuming repetition? Yeah, I did it. So, today I'm going to tell you about enhancing structured data capturing workflow using AI. So, my name is Maria, and I'm product manager for Whitebox Forms at Health Samurai. I have been working in health IT area since 2020, and my experience is related to the FHIR directly. Yeah. So let's take a look at the agenda for today. So first, we will quickly review the FHIR SDC and the roles involved in SDC workflow. Then we will dive into the FHIR questionnaire design process and explore how AI can improve it at various stages. Then we will look how we use AI to simplify multilingual form creation. And finally, we will consider other aspects of SDC where AI can help us. So let's get started. So FHIR SDC implementation is an official extension of FHIR standard developed by HL7. It builds on the basic FHIR questionnaire and questionnaire response resources. If a questionnaire and questionnaire response resources are the basic building blocks representing an empty form and completed or partially completed forms, then SDC is a toolkit that adds new features, behaviors, and guidelines to help system support complex form functions in standardized way. So in simple terms, FHIR SDC improves the basic FHIR framework by editing useful features like conditional logic, UI rendering rules, answer prefilling, and structured data extraction. So also FHIR SDC defines several roles that involved systems, sorry, define several roles for capturing and sharing structured health information. Yeah, these roles are form designer, form manager, form filler, response manager, receiver, and archiver. So you can see there are some implementation that covers one or several of these roles, and you can see them if you follow this link. So our implementation covers all these roles, ensuring the full process takes place from form creation to storage and processing. So there are two primary workflows in SDC. This is a form creation and form filling. So in the form creation process, the form designer interacts with the form manager to create, edit, and update forms. So this is an iterative process where an initial version of form is created and then subsequently updated and maintained. So let's dive deeper into the form creation process. So FHIR questionnaire has a complex nested structure. But on top level, it can be divided in two main components, metadata and items. Metadata contains information about the questionnaire, such as version, name, title, and status. Items can be one of three subtypes: displays, groups, and questions. But designing a FHIR questionnaire is not an easy task. It involves defining the structure of the form, writing rules using a special language called FHIR paths, defining field prefilling, and describing data extraction. But this is where AI can help us. Today, I will show you how we integrated AI into the form creation process. Currently, our AI tool allows you to define the FHIR questionnaire structure and generate a template. Of course, this template still requires further refinement. You will need to adjust the layout to specify population and extraction logic, and probably, if needed, to set up automatic calculation. However, the key benefit is you no longer have to create the form from scratch. So usually medical forms start as a standardized paper document. So it's a valuable tool for digitalizing medical workflows. The process consists of several steps, from converting PDF to the corresponding FHIR questionnaire. But let me show you these steps on a live demo. So this is our public builder, where you can create a FHIR questionnaire, test it, and download as a JSON file. So let's upload the Get7 PDF form and convert it to the FHIR format. The Get7 is a screening tool used to evaluate the severity of a generalized and excited disorder. So after uploading the PDF, the OCR is used to extract the text and layout elements, and pages are provided for review. So the next step is generating questionnaire resource. So I already have the AI key, but you can create your own key if you follow this link. So after entering this key, we can click Generate button to start the process. So yeah, this process takes a little bit time. So I hope it will be quickly. So, and the next step is verification. Once the process is completed, the JSON is validated. So, okay. Okay, the JSON is validated and any errors are automatically highlighted. So the user can check everything and makes any corrections if needed. So, and after reviewing and making corrections, so yeah, we can click another button. So just wait a little bit, please. I hope. No, I think it will be okay. So. So this is time for me. I need to relax a little bit. Okay. Okay. Well done. Yoo-hoo! Thank you so much. So just a little bit, because this is a process of verification. Yes, we have a submit button, and when click on this button, at this point, the questionnaire is saved on the FHIR server and opens in a form builder. So this is my lovely part. Let me tell you a bit about this interface. On the left side, there is a tree of items. Yeah, you can add a new items, adjust the settings, and on the right side, the form is rendered in real time, and you can test it immediately. So, at the bottom, there is a debug console where you can see how the form looks in a FHIR format. This is a questionnaire definition. Also, you can see how the data will be stored in database automatically. This is a questionnaire response, and also you can test population and data extraction logic. So let's make some changes to this form. So, and we will improve a bit the layout and add a total score calculation. So let's place these two fields on one line. Okay, for questions, we can use a table format. So to do this, we just need to change the widget type on choice matrix, and we can see how it looks in a table format. So, and to add the total score calculation, we just need to assign the scores to each answers. Let's do this quickly. So we just need to say include score and add scores. This is also my time to relax. Please enjoy the process with me. So I have 7 questions here, and I need to assign the scores to each of them. Yeah, you can help me, please. So, but probably this is part where we can like automate this process, but sorry. And the last question. So, almost done. Okay, and to add the score, first we can do this field like read only and add the calculation expressions. For this, we use FHIR path editor. So we just need to select the question and add another questions. So it takes also a little bit time. Worrying. So yes, I have 7 questions here. Being, becoming, and probably the last. Yeah, feeling. So done. Let's test the form. So as we can see, the total score is being calculated. So this is where AI, thanks to AI, help us to like improve the form creation process. So there is another area where we use AI, creation multilingual form. So let's move on this part. We do this a little bit quickly. So sorry. Yeah, here. There are scenarios where localization support is needed in the interface. For forms that are rendered in such interfaces, there are 2 options. You can create the same form in different languages, or you can create a multilingual form. So we choose the second approach because it simplifies the process of maintenance form. For example, if your form needs to edit, there is no need to do this multiple times in multiple forms. So the FHIR SDC specification doesn't describe how to work with a multilingual form, but FHIR specification does have a section on translations where, which specifies how translations can be added to the resources. So if we apply this to FHIR questionnaire, so we just need to define the default language in the questionnaire and define the FHIR questionnaire with translations for fields using FHIR translation extensions. So let's look how the process works. So, okay, sorry. We have already had the Get7 form prepared. Let's do this form in 2 languages, English and French, for example. So for this, first we need to select the default language. Let's say that it will be English. Okay, this information is recorded in a questionnaire in a language field. So we provide a special interface where the user can set up translations for questions and answers. To do this, we just need to select the second language. It will be French, and with the help of AI to generate the translations, which will be added to the translation extensions in a questionnaire. So it also takes a little bit time. And after the process is completed, the user can review and adjust this. Okay, let's look at the questionnaire. So as we can see, the extensions were edited to each item. So this is extension. And we can test the form. So we can switch the language, and the form will be rendered in the selected language. So at this point, AI helps us with simplifying the process of creation multilingual form. And probably the next slide, do we have time? Yeah? No? It will be quickly, okay? The next slide is indicated what other points of SDC we are planning to use AI. So for form creation, we plan to generate expressions, prefill logic, and data extraction from text prompts. Also, we plan to create entire forms from description and analyze form list to extract reusable components that we can use in modular form and get iterative debugging support for expressions. For form filling, we are planned to guide users using UI and voice bot through form as a conversation and free form speech that auto-converted into structure form responses. Also, now we are working on converting PDF into the questionnaire response that helps with digitalizing like whole medical workflow. But our goal is to make structured data capturing as accessible as possible, even for non-technical stuff. Probably that brings me to the end of my presentation. I'm not sure that we have time for questions. Yes? Okay.
Unfortunately not, but the team from Health Samurai is here the whole week, and I'm sure they'll be happy to talk about it. Also, it's possible to post questions on Whova, and then they can answer it there. Thank you, everyone, and thanks for the presentation.
Thank you so much.